Hey. Okay. Hello. People are good to help. Are we still live? Still going? Let me just check. Yes. Okay. Right, just went off for a second there. So let me share with you knowledge that you may already know or may not. Probably already know, most of you. Just something I'm coming back to. Really important. There's so many avenues to health that physical health mastery, that it's going to be something that's endless for all of us to study and to experiment on the human body, to read the science that's available now. Just wait 10, 20, 30, 40 years. There's more and more science coming in as we connect the dots. There's so much. This is why it's going to be a lifelong passion for me and probably for you guys too. There's so much to think about. Every time I look at my newsfeed, the amount of information that's being shared, there's almost too much. I mean, don't get me wrong. Information overload, not in a bad way though, in a good way. It's information overload in the best as possible way, and I look at newsfeeds and shit, and just how much there is to learn in this. And for each of us, it's a slow journey of learning, unlearning, relearning, unlearning, relearning, unlearning, learning a little bit more, forgetting, coming back to, not even with habits, I mean with the science and all that geeky shit that we like to talk about and think about. It's crazy, crazy powerful. Anyway, so I digress. So, a really important factor with health and physical health protocols, and one way to prove that a physical health protocol you're doing, in my opinion, works is, does it slow down breath? By the way, Jimmy, how you doing, bro? And Jenny. Does it slow down breath, right? Something that speeds up breath, ultimately, in my opinion, it's not healthy for us. Something that slows down breath is healthy. This is why the yogis used to say, always focus on breath work, pranayama, yoga, asanas, getting the breath down from what most average people have, they say, 12 to 16 breaths a minute, to 10, 12 being optimal. If you go down to 8, 6, 4, very, very, very crazy zone. You can experiment too. We've probably got a very low healthy people. A great marker of health is how low is how many breaths per minute are you taking. Who learned this from? Dr. Buchieko talked about this a lot, and all the initiates who followed after Dr. Buchieko who talk about it now. You know, about nose breathing versus mouth breathing, because nose breathing makes your breath slow down, mouth breathing is acidic and doesn't. Loads of shit, but yeah, you want your breath to slow down. You'll know this, and that's why we do breath work. That's why we do all the shit we do. And the way you can tell a health protocol works is because it slows down the breath. This applies for, let me just say, the ones that I do that I know slow down the breath very powerfully. Grounding slows down the breath. Fasting slows down the breath. Eating fruits and vegetables slows down the breath. Sun gazing slows down the breath. Big time. Big time. Sunlight, even a cloud cover, slows down the breath. Keeps you, doesn't matter which sun, always slows down the breath. Aged urine therapy, distilled water, slow down the breath. Aged urine, slows down the breath a lot. All of these things slow down the breath, and in a way of looking at it too, from fight or flight state you could be in, to sympathetic nervous system, to parasympathetic relaxation state. Now, when this is also just a quick one on that. That's how you can tell. One easy way to tell anyone, like if you want to try and challenge someone who doesn't understand sun gazing and thinks looking at the sun is bad for them, when there's an opportunity, tell them to, when the clouds are free, tell them to look at the sun. Any sun, by the way, whether that be morning, sunrise, or even midday sun. Tell them to do it, and when they're doing it for a few seconds, ask them, is their breath speeding up or is it slowing down? Yeah. Now, for every human avatar, okay, so I might concede diet might be different for everyone. Let's go with that for a second. Every human in a human body, every human avatar, when they look at the sun for a few seconds, the breath will slow down. Not just a little bit, a lot. A lot. And especially if they're unhealthy and they don't believe in sun gazing, it'll be even more profound. It'll freak them out. Actually, it freaks. I remember when I wasn't too healthy, as healthy as I am now. I started last February, and I did the sun gazing, and it freaked me out a little bit because my breath was at probably a very high rate. This is why I surmise, I was at quite a high rate of breath rate, breathing quite heavy, and then all of a sudden, looking at the sun, and the midday sun, slowed it too much, and my body freaked out. A bit like you're going to freak out when you take ayahuasca and LSD and you're fucked up in the head. A bit like that. Not as bad, but you know what I mean? Like, sometimes when you do a powerful health protocol and you take a jump from really high breath rate, high breathing too fast, too slow, it kind of freaks you out a little bit. Also, when you meditate and you're like a fucked up person, you meditate for too long, that can freak you out. You know, the presence can freak you out if you've got low self-esteem, all that shit. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I'm digressing a little bit. Back on topic. Anything that slows your breath down, we know is good for us. Now, with the slow breath down comes something else. Comes a key activation that makes us feel fucking super happy, and that is your brain waves slow down. The whole system returns to homeostasis, and most people are in, if they're unhealthy, even if they're happy, unhealthy, by being physically unhealthy, their brainwave states are in a kind of a place of beta, but a high beta state. You know, we've got the brainwaves of beta, alpha, theta, and delta. Delta being deep sleep, theta being a little lighter sleep than that, and alpha being kind of in between sleep and not. And also we could have alpha in the day too. The flow state, when we get into creative mode is alpha, and there's beta. And high beta is very bad for us and very unhealthy, because anyone in a high beta state equals stress. As soon as your brain goes into high beta, oh boom, there goes the stress. There goes the I hate the world, I'm gonna get angry, I'm gonna have road rage, I'm gonna hate on my neighbour, I'm gonna, you know, chastise my children, I'm gonna smack my children, all that bullshit. So brainwave states are really important for emotional health, and emotional health is tied into physical health. It's all one, right? As soon as you slow down the physical, as long as you do, look at this, as soon as you slow down, you do physical health protocols that slow down breath. As soon as the breath slows down with physical health programs, you drink your H-Durin, you do your grounding for a while, you do your fasting, you do the sun gazing, and all that shit. The breath slows down, and then of course when the breath slows down, your brain slows down. And when your brain slows down, it goes from stressed out high beta to low beta. And if you do it long enough and you go on the most powerful health protocols, you drop that aged urine, just a little zip, couple of weeks old. Shit, you go from even a mid beta to like low beta, and even you slip into alpha. And that's where you want. You want to be in a low beta, in the daytime anyway, you want to be in a low beta alpha state. You want to be in flow and create, you want to be in flow state. And flow state is found in, not really low beta's good, but flow state is found in alpha. It's this alpha brainwaves you want to tap into. And when we do the health protocols, either sun gazing for a long time, or dropping a little bit of age urine, or grounding for a long time, or fasting for a couple of days, you will slip into alpha brainwave states. And that's where the healing magic happens. That's where the emotional health ties in, and it's a feedback loop. Physical health protocols slow the breath, which the brainwaves slow down, improves your emotional health, and then your emotional health feeds back into the physical health. And that's where it's at. That's where you get the physical health from. Now, what made me think of this was, I was listening to a podcast today, and I never heard this before, you guys might know, but the grounding obviously has Schumann resonance. It's the resonance of the earth is in the ground, right? And that's why when we touch the ground, we get the negative ions, yes, and that activates parasympathetic, slows the breath down. But I think more than that, you're getting the 7.83 Schumann resonance. You're basically tying into the frequency of the earth. Now, the Schumann resonance is alpha brainwaves. It's alpha brainwaves, yeah? We don't want high beta. Low beta's cool, but you really want to be an alpha at least some part of the day. That's where we creative in the high consciousness comes from. So when we ground, and effectively, we are we're slowing our brain down from beta to alpha. We're resonating with the frequency of the earth, because the frequency of the earth is alpha. It's creation. It's not high beta and stressed. So I've been doing it quite a long time today. The longer you do the grounding, obviously, the slower your breath down, and you tie in with the frequencies of alpha to the earth. It's very powerful and very, very cool to do all these shit, man, to slow that breath down. Another one that I've talked about a lot, if you guys have been watching on Facebook, is meditation. Obviously will slow the brainwaves down. Holy shit. And then you've got programs, the program that I used, that I bought accidentally last week, not an accident, meant to be, the EquiSync brainwave treatment. Jimmy, if you're watching, you'll know that, because you talk about it. And by the way, Jimmy, I'm going to watch your 2-hour video when I go camping soon. I'm going to put it on a podcast, put it on my audio, and listen to it. So I'm very excited to listen to your thing. I'm saving it, so listen to that. But this program does, this EquiSync program, is it slows the brainwaves down. Actually, it's got EquiSync 1, 2, and 3. One's alpha brainwave states, one's delta, and one's theta. They all are fucking magic. And all of them, when I listen to it very quickly, within a couple of seconds, my brainwaves are slowing down from stressed out beta, or whatever I was at. It goes down to the alpha. If it's 1, if it's 2, it goes down to the delta. If I listen to the theta, it goes down to the theta. And I start tripping out, man. If I listen to the theta brainwaves, I always start getting dizzy. Yeah, like I'm not even of this realm. Like I'm like, whoa. Yeah, I'm tripping out right now. I'm tripping out. I'm in the garden, grounded. I do grounded too, so I'm doing lots of things at the same time: sunlight, grounding, and like listening to the brainwave thing. But it's very powerful meditation. What the EquiSync program I'm talking about is, which I bought for $80, by the way, but it's worth it. And if you guys are interested, I'll sell it to you much cheaper than that. But what it does in effect is it puts you into a state of deep meditation without having to do 4 hours of meditation like a yogi. Now, I've got tremendous respect for people that do that slow their brains down, like yogis, discipline, all that shit. But you ain't got time. Trust me, there's technologies out there that can put you into very slow brainwave frequencies of theta, delta, and alpha during the day, and you'll trip out, and it will last. Because it's deep meditation, I'm talking about this program. This Equisync is fucking deep, but within 2 minutes, you're in deep meditation. If you do the 23-minute, each program is what, 23 minutes? You do just one 23-minute a day. Woo! You are doing tremendous things for your health. I'm now of the belief, now that I'm back on meditation with this Equisync program. I used to do meditation, now got lazy, now I'm back on it with this program. I just need to listen to it passively. Sometimes if I do the breath, I do more. But now that I'm back on meditation, I realise the power of meditation for your physical health. For your mental health, slowing the brain down, yes, but there's so much going on in meditation. What a great focus area. I've got so much to do in my life. One of them I'm going to do next forever is the science on all the geeky shit like increased growth hormone, GABA, neurotransmitters, blast off going off when you go into deep meditation. When I listen to my audio, I'm getting all of these good things coming out, nutrition coming out into my blood, and because I do urine therapy, I'm double activating. See what I love about what I do? I don't just do one thing, I'm doing multiple things. Feedback system. I listen to Equisync for 23 minutes, I go into deep meditation state, I increase my growth hormone, fucking GABA, my fucking vitamin C, D, chicken shit, all that shit. Hormones activate like crazy when you're in a deeply relaxed state. So that comes out in my urine, so therefore I can use it again, because I do urine therapy, and if you guys don't, well, cool, you're still gonna get half the benefits, right? It's pretty cool. See, I mean, this is what we mean by stack. But anyway, digress. That's a great activation for it's the hack. We've got to use technology, use the hacks to slow those brainwaves down, because that's where stress comes from. Alpha brain flow state. How beautiful is flow state? When I talk to you now, it's kind of, I'm not saying I'm a fucking expert or anything, but it feels to me like I'm activating something called alpha brainwave state. That's what I'm in when I talk most of my videos now. I've noticed it. Like, I'm thinking, when I watch this back, I'll be like, and sometimes I don't even bother. Most of the time I don't even bother, but the last couple of ones I'm watching back, and sometimes I do. And I think, what the fuck? Why are you talking so fast, Harry? That's crazy. I watch it back, guys, and I think, is that even me? What the fuck? How am I talking so fast? It doesn't even feel like me. It's weird. Have you ever done that, guys? Have you ever watched your videos back or listened to yourself on a recording back and say, is that me? How am I so fucking smart? How am I so fucking clever? Why am I talking so fast? Well, that shit. That happens to me. Part of the reason is because I'm looking after my physical health, and my brainwaves are, at some point in the day, whether with my Equisync program, with my meditation, my grounding, all the shit I'm doing, my physical health, I'm lowering my brainwave states into alpha mode. And then when I get into alpha mode, when you do meditation, you lower your brainwave states into alpha mode at one point. It stays with you for the whole day. Once you've activated at any point of the day a lower brainwave state, whether that be low beta, alpha, theta, delta, all these these Equisync programs, whatever health program you're doing, when you activate it during the day at a point, your brain might not be in it 2-3 hours later, go up a little bit more stressed, but it's remembered, and you have easier access to it for next time, and it just builds and builds and builds, and your brain gets more experience in lower brainwave states, which is what we want. So yeah, I'm going all over the place this video. I'm trying to think yeah. One of my weaknesses, even though I'm like, whoa, my videos are great sometimes, I'm like, what the fuck, I'm just so wishy-washy. I'm like scattered in my thinking. That's just who I am, though. I can't... Still, do you know why I'm scattered? I think I'm trying to... I'm learning too much, and I'm still too new. So I'm not got 10 years knowledge. I'll never be arrogant with what I know too. I'm unlearning, relearning, not knowing. I'm watching like health podcasts too, and I'm forgetting. And people are contradicting each other, so I'm getting very confused as well too. So I've got to try and find a balance between not being confused, listening to people saying structured water is bad, and listening to a lot of confusing information because I'm open-minded. But I've got to remember too that I know my shit on the little things that I do know, so I don't get too freaked out. Yeah. Yeah, the human resonance, Jenny, is probably our resonance, probably who we are. The nature is who we are. So when we go around for a long time, guess what we're doing? Our brainwave states are syncing up with nature. Our whole body is, but our brainwave states are slowing down. The high beta stress is not syncing with nature. That's what makes us angry, hate people. Not one consciousness, but, oh, yeah, hate this person, they're a fucking idiot, and against people, right? One consciousness is what nature is, and even though we live in duality in a way. So we can return to it by looking after our health and slowing down our breath and doing pranayama yoga, and all the things that we should be doing for our health. Anyway, that's it. Slowing down any physical health protocol that's worth its salt and it's real, you'll know, because it will slow the breath down. Some of the most profound that I talk about, even I might not know about them in the future, and you might be doing now, they'll slow the breath down. They don't speed it up, they slow it down. That's the key. So when the breath slows down, so does your brainwaves. When your brainwaves slow down, you become emotionally healthy, and it's a feedback system, and it feels fucking amazing. You know, that's why the yogis talked about 3 to 5 breaths a minute, and you'll see God, and you'll have so much energy. I probably got a fairly good breath rate, fairly good, because I feel like I'm in an alpha flow state when I'm thinking through things most of the time. But you know, even I've got work to do, and there's more to come with that for sure. Just it's an endless game, but it's so fucking worthy, and it's great. It's great fun to slow those brainwaves and to get away from the system of like hate and anger and I hate my life, I hate my job, and you know, and also just a quick one I was thinking of. One of the most worthy things I think for anyone is if you've ever been depressed and suicidal and not want to been here on this planet, right? If you've ever had that feeling, and it's not just me, I'm sure a lot of you know people and yourselves probably, there's been a point in your life where you just didn't want to be here. You either tried to kill yourself or you just hated people and you just really didn't want to be here. But now, if you look at yourself and you love life and you do want to be here, I think, fucking hell, man, that's probably one of the most worthy things anyone could ever achieve in their life. And I don't mean like I came from 0 to £1 million. That's pretty cool. You came from, you know, you're homeless and now you're fucking, you know, famous and shit. That's very cool too. But I'm just thinking about that. Like, if you were so fucked up you don't want to be here, and now you fucking love life, I don't think there's anything in the world more worthy than that. Like, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Is there anything more worthy than hating life and then loving life? And not fake loving life, like really fucking loving it. That is worthy. That is the hero's journey. Yeah. Right? Oh, no, sorry, I had that in there. Let's read this one. Yeah, gas, mate. You got it going on, man. You know how to do your shit. Like, yeah, just stay away from the Matrix. So we're in the Matrix, but just be careful. And, you know, we know how to do it. Like, just... We're unprogrammed anyway, and the Matrix ain't gonna get us. Well, it will, but, you know. Cool. Jimmy, if you've got any more videos on astral projection, send me them too, because someone else talked to me, Jackie's talked to me about astral projection. I'm really interested in how to do it, and it's fascinating to me. We're way more than our bodies and human avatars, so anyone that can fucking astral project, I'd like to know how to do it and practice. I've even tried to get into lucid dreaming. I've done a couple this year by accident, from nothing, from hardly ever before, so these things fascinate the fuck out of me, and yeah, that we're more than this, but God, look at how many things there are in life to do that are exciting. Physical health mastery is endless. The amount of science that I'm geeking out on, the podcasts I've got to listen to, holy shit. I'm getting not intimidated, really. That's a lower consciousness mindset. Like, and sometimes, most time, I'm like excited actually about how many podcasts I got to listen to. How many people there are on the planet like us. It's unreal. Go on YouTube and you'll see how many people think like us are learning new shit. There's so much to learn, science. Then we've got Jimmy talking about lucid dreaming, got astral projection. There's like fucking endless shit, man. This is the life, isn't it? This is a fucking life. We're excited. And there's people that don't even want to be here. What the fuck? You're living it wrong, man. It's a beautiful life. Even inside the Matrix. Yeah? Even if your ass isn't yours and your house isn't yours and you've got nothing, it's a great life. You've always got your pee. Remember, if you've got nothing, you've always got your urine. And fasting. And your kundalini and chakras and experiencing deep fucking happiness within the human avatar. You've always got that. If you've got fucking nothing, you've got everything. You can give value by being happy and funny and being nice to people. Yeah, and being really fucking cool. Yeah, there's no such thing as I've got nothing. A homeless person that's got nothing has everything. Can have everything. Yeah, it's actually easier. You know, if you're homeless, fucking hell, man, you've got nothing you own apart from what you're wearing, which is your body. Holy shit, you just crushed it on minimalism. Look at me, I've got to get rid of all the minimalist shit. I've got so much work to do to get rid of my addictions to all the materialistic bullshit that I've got. If you're homeless, well done you. You just got rid of the minimalism. You forced yourself into minimalism, and the truth of who we are. So now you've got the opportunity, with nothing to own, to be free and happy and do what the fuck you want and help people and change the world. You fucking homeless people, I'm envious. There we go. Okay, on that note, peace.